is Russell, and we're going to be doing some work today on this little set of steps. I'm going to show you exactly why. Hopefully you can see this. So when you stand on here, the staircase is actually not really attached properly. If I wiggle, let's even do it a bit better. When you push down on it, the whole step goes up and down. And that one to a lesser extent. So these bottom two steps need to be removed, and they need to be refitted with extra support inside. So the first thing we do is remove the carpet, obviously. So the next bit is probably the hardest part of the job, and that's removing the step itself. It's not really that difficult to remove a step, but removing a step and trying to do as little damage to it as possible is the tricky bit, because any damage you do at this stage, we have to make good and make it look pretty again later. You would have noticed me just cutting the side of the step. That's because the step actually is fitted inside the skirting board. So we do have to cut it to be able to take the step out. So you can see these two areas I'm showing you just below the riser. That's the ideal spot to put some wedges in there, which there's the first one already made. So I will screw that into the piece of wood below the riser, and that will act as a support for the riser above it. But it will also act as a base for the actual step that was wobbling all over the place to rest on. So the step I've removed will sit on top of that as well. Just getting the next piece ready, drilling the holes for the screws. This one will go directly below the left hand side of the riser, and again it will support the riser above, which in turn will support the step above. However, even with this additional support, the step above is still a bit wobbly. So I'm going to stick some screws directly through the step into the framework alongside it, just to remove that last tiny little bit of wobble that's in the step. Next job, we're preparing the step to go back in. The step is full of nails and screws and nastiness that we have to remove, including staples. This gadget is a laser guided spirit level, so we use this just to mark up exactly where we want to put the extra support in for the step. That extra support is exactly what I'm doing right now. This little piece of wood is going to be screwed into the side, and that will be what the step will rest on. The step is all ready now, and it is in, but we need to sort this riser out as well, because obviously that can't stay like that. So step back out again, and then we fix the riser in position. The step can then go back in and be screwed down. This little piece on the side is also a bit wobbly now, where it's been removed from the original step position, so we need to screw that in and just make it secure without any movement. I am doing this video recorded up at quite high speed, so you might have missed me removing this section earlier, but this bit goes between the riser and the step itself, just to hide the gap between the tread and the riser. So we need to refit it, and before we do that we need to tidy it up because it's a bit raggedy. I refit it using one of my favourite tools, which is a brad nailer. Just fires out little bits of metal, well, little nails basically, hence the name. The camera angle is a bit rubbish to show me brad nailing this bit of trim back in, but I'm sure you get the idea. So next we get to staple back on the underlay, followed by refitting the carpet itself. Then we're on to the making good. We need to make it all look pretty again. So one of our favourite products for that is Ronseal 2-part wood filler, which you can see me using right now. This just goes directly over the holes and any cracks, any flat surface cracks where two surfaces join each other. We use a different product, which I'll show you in a minute. But this stuff's really good. It sets in about 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how much activator you put in it, and it sets really hard. It sets like hard as the wood. Well, that's their advertising, as hard as the wood itself. But yet you can still sand it, and you can still shape it, and you can still smooth it out. So a really good product. This is a really good example of Ronseal 2-part in action. I managed to chip a bit of the newel post out, which I'm just repairing using the 2-part. Once that's repaired, it'll look perfect. And then every tradesman's favourite job, onto sanding. All filler needs to be sanded. We use a mixture of 80 grit and 120 grit of finer sandpaper. 80 grit first, just to get rid of most of the filler, and then we smooth it off with the 120. Then we give it all a bit of a hoover up, get rid of all the dust. The next step is using Decorator's Caulk, which you can see there, the tube. That's a flexible, almost like sealant stroke filler that you put where two surfaces join each other. It is a product you can paint over, so it does give you that seamless finish from one section of wood to the next. It is also flexible as well, so when you do have two sections of wood next to each other, that like these ones will move slightly no matter what we do. So it is good to have a product like Caulk that is flexible, so that it doesn't that slight movement doesn't damage the actual cork itself. Caulk is a water-based product as well, which makes it quite easy to use in comparison to like a silicone or a mastic that you'd normally see in these kind of tubes. You can see me dipping my hand in a little pot of water there. All I'm doing is going over the top of the cork with a watery finger, because that just smooths it out and gets rid of any nasty little lumps and bumps in the cork, and just gives you an overall, just a nicer looking finish overall. Final step, just giving everything a wipe over, just make the things a bit nicer for the client if they're walking in and out with bare feet, etc. All right then, so this is the final thing. Took me maybe 6 hours, I think, altogether. Still looks a bit messy, needs painting obviously, but we are in the process of fully painting this whole stairs landing. You see me doing the prep work. Once it's painted, most of that nastiness will disappear. Perhaps once the decorating is totally finished, I might add a little bit extra to the end of this video showing you the fully painted version. We will see. For now, though, that is the end of this video and the end of the job for the day. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed watching. Hopefully, you've learned a few things. Maybe if you've got your own wobbly steps at home, you might be a bit more confident in doing a repair yourself. I hope that would be nice. If you do a repair yourself, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Please do tell me. It really makes these videos worthwhile for me when I realise that they've actually helped somebody. That's the whole point of them, you know. Anyway, if this video has been useful for you or you've enjoyed watching it, press the like button. If you would like to see more videos like this, press the subscribe button. For now, though, I will wish you a very good bye, and we will hopefully see you on the next one.